To visit the Death Valley, I decided to purchase the yearly pass that allows me to visit all the national parks and forests in the US within a year. So I went to the REI store for that. I just came back from REI store and I went and purchased the card from that store. All their stores apparently carry that, and it costs $79.99, almost $80. And there are three ways to purchase this card. One of them is you can go to the national park website. They have an official website, and then order it over on their website, or you can call them and then they get the information of your credit card, and then you can purchase it that way. But the problem with those two options are that you have to wait for the card to arrive in mail. So if you want to go the next day or something after you place your order, that option doesn't work because you have to wait for a few days for the card to arrive. Another option is you can purchase it at the entrance of any of these national parks, and you can pay with credit card or cash or check. And then at the REI store, when you purchase it, they punch it right away. So if you're not planning to go within a month or so, it's not a good idea to purchase this in advance, because the minute you pay, they have to punch it here. This is like in November, but it's okay because I'm gonna go tomorrow. And then this is the card. I think this is also the card number, probably. Maybe I shouldn't damage it, but that's okay. And with this card, you can go to all the national parks in a year or the national forests. So let's see. Yeah, it says annual fee $80. So this is the card. Oh, what's that? Some glue here. I'm leaving LA when it's still dark, but I think I should have left earlier. Probably I'll get there around noon. We'll see. From LA, it takes about 4 or 4.5 hours to drive. I stopped after 2.5 hours for a coffee. I have something about an hour and a half to finish. This part of the road is nobody in it. I've been driving for a while. I hope I don't break down or anything, because there's absolutely no one. When I arrived at the Death Valley, this is my first stop, which is the main visitor center. They have a few, but this is the main one, which you go and purchase your pass. And they also had an exhibition going on, which wasn't that interesting. Maybe interesting for children. When I visited the visitor center, they checked my card for the yearly pass, the one that I purchased yesterday, and then instead they gave me this one. So they told me I don't have to display the card because it's easy to get lost, and then if you lose that card, there's no refund or replacement. So they gave me this one, and then I'm supposed to put it here. So that shows that I have the pass or I already paid. And then after this, she explained things, but I got very confused. So I'm gonna just drive to see what I can find, because they gave me these maps, which is, I don't know if I have to, when I go here, do I have to turn right or left? I'm not very good with directions, so these maps, I don't know, I'll figure it out. As soon as you drive out of the visitor center, there's this gas station, and this is the only gas station in the area. So if you need to put a gas, this is it. Otherwise, you have to drive another 80 miles to get to another one. When I exited the visitor center and I came to the main road, I turned left and I drove about 5 minutes, and this was one of the sites, which was on my left-hand side. This site called White Gold. I didn't follow the map. I just drove and I saw the signs, because the map was confusing. The maps are always confusing to me. Then I went back to the main road again and to the same direction, which was to the left. And this is the second site. It was about 7 minutes drive from the previous site. It's called Salt Creek. So to get to the salt flat from the main road, you have to drive about 10 minutes on this bumpy, this unpaved road to get to the salt flat. And it's getting so hot. Let me see what's the temperature. It's 84 degrees. Gosh, it's hot. It's so... After the Salt Creek, I went back to the main road to the same direction, which was to the left. And I drove about 20 minutes and I got to the sand dunes. The ideal is you start with the sand dunes early in the morning, preferably at the sunrise. But by the time I got there, it was extremely hot. It was like almost 90 degrees Fahrenheit, too hot. Now from here, all these sites, they are the opposite direction of the previous one. So when you are in the main road, you turn right, and this is one of the first sites. You will see the Golden Trail. There's a hiking trail here. I didn't finish the hiking trail. It was very, very hot, but it was really beautiful. I think this is an artist row. I'm not sure, but it's so hot. It's almost 90 degrees Fahrenheit right now, so I'm not gonna get off the car. I'm just gonna enjoy it like this. This artist row, or whatever they call it, I think it's a loop. There's no way to go back. You have to just go and make it as a loop, and then you go back to the main road. I'm still driving in this canyon and I cannot find my way out, so let's see what happens. Finally made it to this palette of color. It's not called artist row, it's called palette of color, and the reason is there's colorful mountains here, green, pink. And this is the only nice hotel near Death Valley. It was almost $600 per night. It's called Inn at Death Valley. This is another hotel, but I don't know if it's abandoned, but there's a car there. So this is another option if someone wants to stay near. This is about half an hour drive from Death Valley, but let's see. There's a sign that says open. No, I think it is open. There are people here. After driving an hour and a half back from Death Valley, this is the next gas station. So it takes about an hour and a half. If you don't have enough gas, you have to make sure to use the gas station, which is at the Death Valley in the visitor center. Otherwise, you have to come all the way about an hour and a half to get to here.